everyone, and welcome back to another Python video. So again, thank you for 100 subscribers, as mentioned in the last video. So in review of the last episode, we learned about dictionaries. So today, we are going to cover if statements. So here are some examples of if statements in real life. So you may not realize it, but you practically use if statements in your day-to-day life when you have to make decisions. Here are some examples. So if your bedroom is dirty, then you obviously should go and clean it. And if the ice cream truck is there, you obviously should go eat some delicious ice cream. So you use if statements to make decisions in your day-to-day life. So now, before I go into more examples, I'm going to do a simple example that explains the syntax and structure of an if statement. So for this example, I make a variable called mood and assign it to miserable. And then over here, I type the keyword if, and then I type this conditional statement. So I check if the mood is equal to miserable, and the output would be a boolean, which is either true or false. And then after the conditional statement, we put a colon. So after you type that, it should automatically leave an indentation or a big space, and next to it, we can type the message that Python will print in this case, only if this condition is true. So this time, I'm going to try this first example out in the idle editor. So just in case you forgot to go into the editor, because I taught you several episodes ago and you might not remember, so you go over to File, then you click New File, and then you see it will open up a notepad-like screen, and then I can full screen this. And then let's try our example out. So if you press Enter, you see that it will automatically leave an indentation. So since we're done with the program, what we can do is run the project. So you see I've saved that as a file already. And then we click Run Module. So you see it will say, let's watch a movie to cheer you up. So the if statement successfully worked because mood was miserable. And then we checked it using a conditional statement. And then it will print this message if it's true, which it is. But what we can do is change it. So maybe we could put happy. And then if we run that, you see that it's going to print nothing because we assigned the mood to happy. But only if the mood is miserable, it will run what's inside of it. So I'm going to go through another if statement example, but this time it's using two new concepts, elif and else. So I make a variable called age and assign it to my age, which is 11. And then I type if age is less than 5, that I print out, you don't need to pay for the ticket to the fun fair. And then I type elif. So elif basically means else if. So it's considering another option. And then I type age is greater than or equal to 5 and age is less than 16. And then it will print out your ticket costs £6.50 for the fun fair. And then I type else. So else is a condition used when all of the above statements are false. So I will print out your ticket costs £12 to the fun fair. So the older you are, the more money you need to pay for the ticket to go to the fun fair. So let's try this out in the idle editor and let's see what happens. And we could also change our age stored as a variable over here. And also, after you're done with the first if statement command, you can press backspace and then we can type elif. So elif and if are both on the same line, including else. So now that we're done typing, we can go ahead and run it. So you see it says, your ticket costs £6.50 to the fun fair because we've put our age as 11. So it's considering this statement. But what we can do is change our age. So we can put it 4, for example, and then if we run it, it will print out you don't need a ticket to pay for the fun fair because we've changed our age to 4, so only changing the variable can change the output. And then if we type our age is 22 and then we run it, it will output your ticket costs £12 to the fun fair. So it is considering the else statement. So the else statement is that you're over 16 years old, so it will print out this message. So this is the final slide and example for today. So this video is again going to be quite short. So in this slide, I'm checking whether a number is odd or even using an if statement. So I make a variable called num, which is short for number, and then I type int because we want to convert whatever we type from the input statement into an integer, and then we type enter a number and I'll check if it's odd or even. And then I type if, and then inside curved brackets, I type num modulus 2. So this means that we're checking whatever number we input in this input statement over here, we are checking if the remainder is 0. Say we take a simple number, like 6 for example, and then we divide that by 2. So the answer is 3 with no remainders. So if it's an even number, the remainder should always be 0. And then we say that that number is an even number. And then I do an else condition over here. And then I say that number is an odd number. So otherwise, when it's divided by 2, like say for the example 5, it will output with 2 remainder 1. So it must be an odd number. So that is the logic explaining when we check whether a number is odd or even or not. So what we have to do is put 2 brackets at the end of it. So one is to end this starting bracket, and the other is to end this bracket after int and before input. Now, so what I can do is leave a space there, so the number that we type will automatically have a space after this message. So since we are done typing out this example, we can go ahead and run it. So it will ask, enter a number and I'll check if it's odd or even. So as an example, we can enter 38, and then it will say 38 is an even number. So I have to run this program again, so it will ask that input question again. So this time, for example, we can type 71, and then it will say 71 is an odd number. So I hope you enjoyed this short Python video, and thank you for watching, and I hope you've learned something out of it.